G'day guys, got to make this a really quick one because my class will be coming back to me in about 10 minutes. So we're going to continue our work on mapping and we're going to look at scale in particular with this one. So I want you to look at these pictures here and I want you to answer number 1 and number 2. Off you go. Alright, so imagine you're in the boat, you're facing palm tree. Okay, so we're going to treat it like a clock. So if I make a half turn anti-clockwise, I'm going to be over here, I'm going to be facing east. If I make a full turn clockwise, I'm going to be facing the exact same direction, which is west. If I make a quarter turn clockwise, I'm going to be facing north. Number 2, if you were in the boat facing the palm tree, what would you see if you made a 3/4 turn anti-clockwise? So that would be 1, 2, 3, I'd see the whale. A 3/4 turn clockwise. 1, 2, 3, I'd be facing the rocks. A quarter turn anti-clockwise, I would be facing the rocks. Okay, use sheet 5, which is this one here, the classroom plan. And it wants you to answer these questions. Does the picture show the classroom to its actual size? Write yes or no, full stop, explain how you know. Why are maps and plans drawn smaller than actual size? Write down a reason there. Off you go. Okay, A, I hope you all said no, because if my classroom was this small, I wouldn't even fit in it. So I know that this is smaller because it has been shrunk down onto an A4 piece of paper. Why are maps and plans drawn smaller than the actual size? Because we can't have a map that is the same size as the classroom. It would be pointless. It would be too hard to read. Okay? So just some simple refresher stuff. Okay, now I want you to watch the video about scale, and you'll be experts on this because you know a bit of scale in our geography lessons.
Introduction to Scale. Maps and plans are not drawn to actual size. Most maps and plans are drawn to scale. Look at this plan of a classroom. The scale is located here at the bottom left of the plan. The information in the scale tells us how much smaller this plan is drawn compared to the actual size of the classroom. This scale tells us that 1 centimetre on the plan equals 1 metre in real life. The information in the scale tells the user about this plan and the real-life distances in this classroom. For example, the distance between the desk and the sink is 4 squares on the grid, or 4 centimetres. The scale is 1 centimetre equals 1 metre. So 4 centimetres on the plan represents 4 metres in the classroom. In real life, the distance between the desk and the sink is 4 metres. Next time you are using a map, see if you can find a scale on it.
So I've sort of rushed through that a bit because we've covered a lot of scale in geography. We'll go to number 5. Follow the directions and colour the pathway on the grid to find the mystery animal. So, I'll read out the instructions. I want you to follow along with me. Start at the star. Move 2 squares right. Got it? Cool. Make a quarter turn anti-clockwise. So we're facing this way. So make a quarter turn anti-clockwise and go forward 2 squares. Got it? Cool. Make a quarter turn clockwise and move forward 1 square. I want you to say out loud what your mystery animal is. Did you say giraffe? Very good. So you would have gone boom, boom. Make sure you trace it on the sheet as well. Probably should have mentioned that. Now use the grid to write directions from the star to a mystery animal of your choice. Remember to identify which direction to turn, clockwise or anti-clockwise, left or right. You must use those words, guys. If you write out your directions and you haven't got those words, clockwise or anti-clockwise, or left or right, you need to revise them, okay? When you're finished, you can, if your parents are not busy, you can give them your directions and see if they can find it. So for example, if I wanted to go to the rhino, I'd move forward. I'd have to say I'm moving right 2 squares. And then to take a turn, I would have to go facing this way to now facing this way, which is anti-clockwise. So I'd have to make an anti-clockwise turn, and then I'd have to move forward 3 squares, okay? So write out your directions and the mystery animal. Off you go. So it's okay to use grid squares when you got a grid map, but in real life, you need to use actual distances like meters and kilometers. So that's where the scale and the grid squares help you, because they will give you a real life distance. And then you can use that real life distance instead of the amount of grid squares. Just like we did in HASS when we had to measure from one place to another and then multiply that by the scale. So the scale has been added to the grid. 1 square represents 1 meter. The directions can be written by replacing the number of squares with the number of meters. And because 1 square is 1 meter, we don't have to change much. Follow the directions to find the mystery animal. So follow them with me. Start at the star. Move 2 meters north. Make a quarter turn clockwise and go forwards 2 meters. Make a quarter turn anti-clockwise and move forward 1 meter. The mystery animal is, say it out loud, good, the rhino. So the scale is over there to help. So this is 1 meter, this is 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. Okay, now you need to write out a new set of directions from the star to a mystery animal of your choice, replacing the number of squares with meters. So instead of saying move 2 squares forward, you would say move 2 meters forward. When you're finished, give your directions to your parents to follow if they are not busy. Don't annoy them if they are busy. Okay, so write out your directions there and the mystery animal. Don't worry too much about number 9. Okay, let's go to number 10. Using the scale on sheet 5, which is the classroom plan here, calculate the following lengths and distances. Okay, so use the scale. 1 grid square, which is 1 centimeter, equals 1 meter in real life. So each of these squares is 1 meter in real life. So I want you to write there the length and the width of the classroom. Okay, so you'll have to count the squares and write the length and width. The length and the width of the large desk, and the distance between the large desk and the sinks. Okay, so I'll just do that quickly. Pause the video, finish that off, and then I'll go through the answers. So The length of the classroom is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 meters in length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 meters in width. Remember, length is always bigger than width. The length and width of the large desk. So the large desk teacher chair, desk. Here's the large desk. So the large desk is 3 meters in length, 1 meter in width. The distance between the large desk and the sinks, so the sinks are over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 meters. So it wouldn't be 5 meters because that doesn't count as 1 meter there. It only counts when you get to the end of the square. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you went 5, you'd be cutting the desk in thirds. Okay, well done with that. Pretty straightforward lesson. And right on 10 o'clock, we got it done in time. I'll see you in HASS later this afternoon. Bye-bye.